As the Australian ATV Motocross Championships rolls into its 14th year, we have seen epic battles, jaw-dropping crashes, and international races all competing for the title of Australian ATV MX Champion. In 2015, we come to the heart of Australia where the ATV racers from all over the country assembled to Alice Springs for the first time in what will be one of the most epic championships Australia has seen. 4Style Media brings you the 2015 Australian ATV Motocross Championships. Here we have the intermediate class, which is sponsored by Chambers Engineering. We have 11 riders from all over the country here today to compete for the number one position. So on the 43 machine we have Michael Murphy, 53 we have Ashley Mills, the 144 Honda, Lachlan Anderson. On the 812 Yamaha, we have Jamie Allott. On the number 41 Yamaha, we have Mitch Tippler. On the 55 KTM, we have Gemma Merrilees. On the 112 Suzuki, Sean Barry. On the number 78 Suzuki, we have Travis Odgers. On the number 42 Honda, Zach Croonan. On the 951 Can-Am, we have Christopher Baymans. And on the 938 Yamaha, we have Aaron Hill. Okay, enough talk, let's go racing. This is Moto 1. The gate drops. Who is going to get the jump on the whole shot? It looks like the 144 machine of Lachlan Anderson. No, it isn't. It's 812. That's Jamie Allott from the Territory Quad Association. And Lachlan Anderson second, Cruden third, Sean Barry fourth. And now we're coming to the first turn. It looks like, yes, that's the 812 machine of Jamie Allott still out in front. He's got that whole shot award. Looks like Lachlan Anderson's second there. You've got Croonan in third, Barry in fourth. And who's hard the anchors there in fifth? That is, I can't quite tell. But as we go further up to the section, we can see Anderson is now under pressure from Croonan. So, okay, here they come into the whoop section. Now, this is going to be a true test of all the riders throughout the weekend. And most of them look like they come through that pretty cleanly. So we got the 812 machine still out in front of Jamie Allott. And look at these riders, they're all determined, they all want that number one spot. So this looks like it's going to be a very entertaining class to watch throughout the weekend. And so now here we come up to this tiny little tabletop before the big sweeping turn. And well, who's that? Looks like Ashley Mills trying to make the move up the back there, but now we cross back to Croonan, who's now cutting, whoa, rubbing tyres, going to the inside. Yes, looks like he pulled it off. It's going to come down to this next turn. Yes, Croonan made into second. Now, good move by Croonan there. Anderson falling off the pace already a little bit. But now we jump up to the start-finish line. And so who's this still out in front? Yes, it's Jamie Allott. Second, Croonan. Third place, you got Anderson. Fourth place, Barry. So Jamie Allott still out in front. Second, you still got Croonan. But looks like Croonan's starting to gain a little bit of ground in him. So, well, look at this back. We've got Ashley Mills now making the move on Sean Barry, cutting on the inside. Very well done there. Look at that aggressive riding going into that corner there. We can see Ashley Mills. Looks like he's trying to make the move on Lachlan Anderson there. Is he going to make the pass on the outside? Anderson cutting him off. Coming into the tabletop. Anderson starting to pull away a little bit again, but Millsy right behind him. They come towards back at section of the circuit. Who's going to come out in third there? Anderson still holding on, but back in front. Jamie Allott still in front. Croonan now getting closer. Can he get into the first place? We can see Anderson still in third. Fourth place, Ashley Mills. Back out into the first turn. Jamie Allott still out in front. Looks over his shoulder. See, Croonan is right there. And, well, we got a little bit of bum crack hanging out there. But never mind. He's still on the pace. Anderson still under pressure from Ashley Mills. Going through these little ski tabletops towards the back end section of the circuit. Now, who's going to come out the corner better? And, oh, hang on a second. Jamie Allott looks like he's got mechanical issues and he's opened the door for Croonan. Croonan up into first. And look at this, even Ashley Mills has made the pass and Anderson is now in second. And it looks like Mills is starting to push for first. Let's see what he can do. Croonan, oh, going a little bit sideways over that tabletop into the turn. Ashley Mills charging. And Ashley Mills has already shortened the gap up. Can Croonan hold on? What's Croonan got in store to defend his position? And whoa, Ashley Mills already cutting on the inside there. And whoa, going a little bit nose heavy as well. But Ashley Mills looking very comfortable on that biker here. He's already cutting on the inside. Who's going to come over the step up jump here? Who's going to come out in the first place? Croonan still holding on. We can see that white helmet just peering over the top there. Yeah, Croonan still in first, Mills in second. Coming to start-finish tabletop. So Ashley Mills keeping the power down, trying to shorten up that gap. Look for the opportunity to get into first there. This is great riding from a debutante motocrosser here. Ashley Mills is his first year in the motocross series. Previously an endurance racer, more so. And Croonan's just holding that little bit of a gap off him, but Ashley Mills is now coming inside. Is he going to make the pass? And yes, it looks like he's done it. He's done it off camera. So Croonan is starting to fall off the pace already a little bit. Millsy pulling away like a rocket. This is great riding from this debutante rider here. But Croonan looks like he's going to try and push to make up that gap again. But Ashley Mills just looks too fast. And back here we got Christopher Baymans on the 951 Can-Am. He's pushing for third now. He's in fourth right now. He's just behind Lachlan Anderson. So Lachlan Anderson going through the whoops and whoa, going sideways. Oh, very lucky there. But going back out in front, we got Ashley Mills, who looks like he's starting to just cruise around a little bit. But back here we got, in third place, we got Lachlan Anderson and Christopher Baymans. Christopher Baymans looks like he's closed down the gap a little bit. Trying to push for third. We're coming to the sweeping turn. So who's going to come out a bit faster here? Looks like Christopher Baymans. Oh, geez, already he's closed up the gap massively. Now what can he do? Is he going to cut on the inside? He does, but does it work? No, it doesn't. Lachlan Anderson still holding on to third there. Come over the start-finish line. He's still holding on. Getting big air over the tabletop, these two. But now they look like they're gaining ground on Croonan. Can they jump up to second, or who wants second the most? That's going to be the question here. And looks like Christopher Baymans, cutting on the inside there. Is he going to make the pass? Coming to this back section of the circuit. Hard on the power. Going through these ski jumps. So we cut back to second. Croonan still holding on to that position, but Lachlan Anderson's now knocking on the door. Is he going to be able to hold on to this second place? It's Zach, Lachlan, and Chris all fighting for that second place now. Croonan just holding on to come into the sweeping turn. We see Ashley Mills still pulling well out in front now. And whoa, Chris on the inside. He's gained a bit of time there again. Now is he going to try the same move coming into this turn right here on the inside? Does it work? Not quite again. Anderson still holding on. Fantastic racing from these two riders. Or all these riders, matter of fact. So Croonan still in second. Anderson still in third. Baymans in fourth. Big air once again from these three riders. So now, who wants that second place the most is the question. And Baymans, again, he just looks on fire. He desperately wants to get in front of Anderson here. Looking very fast at that Can-Am. Through the back section of the circuit once again. Getting big air off these jumps. These jumps might be small, but you can still get big air off them. And we come up to the whoop section. Anderson going through the whoops, looking a bit smoother this time. Looks like he's gaining ground on Croonan. Croonan looking a little bit tired there. But Croonan's still just holding on. For how long is the question? Anderson trying to cut on the inside, but now Bayman's trying to cut on the outside. So we've got three riders here trying to battle for second. Fantastic racing. Anderson trying to go for the inside line there, but Croonan cuts him off. Bayman's right behind Anderson now. So Bayman's knows if he sees the opportunity, he might be able to take out both of them in the same turn if he's quick enough. Let's see what happens. And, oh, hang on a second. Croonen's lost a bit of ground there. What happened? Not too sure. But Anderson now knocking right on the door. So, we can see the white helmet of Croonen. Anderson cutting the inside. Has he made it stuck? Yes, oh no, it's still... No, Croonen holding him off. Who's going to come and start finish line here? Croonen's still just in front. Bamans has now made the move into third. And now he's going to try for second. Is he going to get in front of Croonen here? Yes, he's done the move. Wow, fantastic racing from Bamans there. Taking out 2 riders in the matter of 1 straight. Fantastic. And looks like we got a lap rider there. So Bamans going through the whoop section, looking very smooth. That was a very well executed pass over those 2 riders. The move into second place. Ashley Mills, however, has pulled a giant lead. And now we cut back to 5th place where we've got Michael Murphy is now starting to knock on the door of Anderson in 4th. Michael Murphy looking very fast in that brightly coloured Yamaha of his. It's a good looking bike, I must admit that one is. He's gaining ground, and Anderson losing a bit of ground. Actually looks like Anderson might be having some issues. Michael Murphy now has moved into 4th. And Ashley Mills looking very comfortable out in front. He's pulled a big lead in front of Bamans here. So he really is just riding his own race. Looking very smooth on that Yamaha of his. Cut back to Michael Murphy, who's now in 4th. Is he going to try and make charge on Croonen here in 3rd? Croonen looking a little bit tired. And whoa, Michael Murphy, geez, nearly going off track there, sideways going with that tabletop, but back on the bike, doesn't put him off. He's charging hard. The question is Croonen going to be able to hold on? Croonen's still looking pretty good. But Murphy is gaining ground on him. He's now right behind him. Has Croonen cut off the inside line? Looks like he has. So lucky for Croonen there. And Croonen, yes, just holding on to 3rd place there. Great racing from all the top 5 riders there. Highly entertaining. So when we cut to the Moto 1 results, we see Ashley Mills has taken out 1st place by over 24 seconds. Christopher Bamans in 2nd place. 3rd place you got Zach Croonen, only just in front of Michael Murphy in 4th place. And 5th place you got Lachlan Anderson. Gate drops. Here they come. Who's got the better drive? It looks like Ashley Mills has got the line. He holds and he gets the whole shot. 2nd Croonen. 3rd place A-Lot. 4th place looks like Odgers there. 5th place Anderson. 6th place looks like you got Tippler there, with Murphy just behind him in 7th. And then Bamans in 8th. They come around the first stretch. So Croonen's out in 2nd there. A-Lot in 3rd. They come through the back section of the course. Looks like they all got a bit of nice space between each rider. Ashley Mills, well and truly out in front now. He's already starting to pull a bit of a lead in front of the pack. And who is there in 2nd? That's Croonen. 3rd, you got A-Lot. 4th, you got Anderson. And who's that in 5th? We can see. That looks like that might be Tippler there. As they come into the sweeping turn. Anderson putting the charge down, trying to get up to where A-Lot is. And I would say, yes, that is Tippler. You got Murphy just behind him, trying to take him now. But we cut back to A-Lot and Anderson. Anderson starting to get the charge. Coming up to the step-up jump, keeping it nice and smooth. And side by side as they come to this tabletop, well, Bamans nearly landing off the side of the tabletop there. It doesn't get the job done, unfortunately. Murphy just holding on. Murphy just holding on to that position. Bamans charging hard. Bamans has probably been one of the most exciting riders to watch in this class. His aggression is fantastic. And look at this, Barry's now starting to make the charge too. Could this be the race where Barry gets in front of Bamans perhaps? And look at this, Murphy now is trying to get in front of Tippler. So we've got battles going left, right and centre, and Murphy cuts on the inside. Looks like he's going to get the job done. Is it? It looks like Anderson, and yep, so Murphy, we can see, got the job done. Now he's going to make the push for Anderson, but Anderson looks like he's made the push for Croonen now. And we can see at the back of the pack, looks like Barry, he's just got cut off, but Baymans has made the move around Tippler. Oh, and what's happened here? Aylott looks like he's come off his bike. Don't know what happened there. There was an off-camera incident there. But we cut back to the pack, and Murphy, Baymans, Tippler, Barry, all charging along, fighting for positions. And who's going to crack under pressure? We don't know yet. But Croonen knows that all these riders are right behind him, so he's got to keep his A in the game. Who's the smoothest rider here? I would say Baymans, from the looks of it. Looks like he's riding the smoothest out of these 4 riders. Baymans, of course, is from the Quad Riders SA Club. I'd say that maybe it could be the hard pack down there that he's used to riding on. Maybe might be the advantage. Look, Baymans on the inside, cut to Michael Murphy off, gets the job done. And now he's going to make the charge for Anderson. So Baymans on fire early. Anderson, oh, Ori on the inside. Baymans not quite. Anderson just holding on there, getting a little bit off track. Baymans, well, a bit nose high going over that tabletop, but into the back corner. We can see, whoa, Baymans. You can see the wheels coming on the inside. He's got him. Yes. Looks like, yes, he's pulled it off. Well done. Now Michael Murphy just behind Anderson. Side by side, all nearly touching tyres there. Very close. Michael Murphy, he's going the inside. Is he going to take Baymans too at the same time? Croonen, Baymans, Michael Murphy, yes, got the job done on Anderson. Now, is Croonen going to be able to hold on? Is Croonen going to crack under pressure? As we saw from the last race, Croonen did hold on to his position quite well. The question is, can he do the same thing again? This has been a very interesting pack of riders to watch. Baymans taking off a tear off from his goggles going around that turn. Not losing any ground, but oh, Murphy now right behind Baymans. Now there's a little bit of an even gap between these couple of riders here. So, oh, hang on a second. Anderson trying to make amends. Trying to get back around Murphy. Is he going to make it stick? But we cut back to the front of the pack. We can see Ashley Mills again is pulling away from the pack, asserting his dominance already. Brilliant again to see, like I said, from a rider who's only just entered into the motocross. Brilliant racing by him so far. Looking very smooth on that bike. Back to Croonen. And we can see Murphy's just behind him. And oh, it looks like Baymans has done the job on Croonen there. So now Murphy right behind Croonen. And Murphy on the inside. Not quite. And Murphy charging hard. Gaining a little bit of ground on Croonen there. Is he going to make it stick? Not quite yet, but you can see Murphy is ready to pounce. So we can't come over the start-finish line. And whoa, Murphy coming up a little bit short on the tabletop there. And cut forward in the race a little bit. We see Baymans going through the whoop section. Still charging pretty hard, but he kind of knows that he's got to put the foot down if he wants to catch up to Ashley Mills in first place. Now we cut back to what looks like 4th position. We've got Anderson, who's actually now made the move on Croonen. So Croonen perhaps maybe getting a little bit tired. So Anderson now in 4th. Looking relatively smooth on his Honda. And oh, this looks like Aylott here. Looks like he's just making up laps to get some points. Not too sure what happened to him there. But we cut back to now Baymans, and it looks like Murphy is caught up to Baymans. Is Murphy going to be able to jump into 2nd here? They come over to the big tabletop, getting big air off it. And over the back section of the course, we can see Baymans is now under big pressure from Murphy. Is Murphy going to make the same move again? Murphy tends to like this bit of the track from the looks of it. A little bit nose high, but is that going to work out for him on the inside? Not quite. Baymans holds him off, coming through the whoop section. Murphy, whoa, gaining a bit of ground to him now. He's only just behind him. What's going to happen here? Well, looks like Murphy's backed off a little bit. Just going to pace himself, look for the right opportunity. Bayman's still going, but is that going to work? Murphy, he's getting pretty close to the end of the race here. Might not be enough time for him to get in front. But now we can see he's right behind him. And all up on two wheels, nearly colliding with each other. Going into the final corner. And, well, actually Bayman's getting a little bit up on two wheels as well at the same time. And not quite yet, so we've still got a couple more laps to go. Murphy's still applying the pressure. Is that pressure going to get to Bayman's out on the outside this time? So Murphy trying different lines are going to work. And yes, it looks like he may have done it. No, they're still side by side. Come through the whoop section. So who's going to get the better drive? And whoa, Murphy going a little bit over the bars there. But looks like Murphy, yes, he's got it. But he has to hold on to this position now. And we can see Ashley Mills getting around the lap rider. That would be Sean Barry there. Just proving how fast Ashley Mills is. And we can see he's taking the checkered flag for it. So 2 wins from 2 motos. Congratulations to him. Back we got Murphy. He's actually, yeah, he's made the move on Bayman's, but Bayman's trying to make the move back again. Coming into the final couple of corners. Murphy just holding on. Yes, Murphy gets second place. Third we got Bayman's. So when we cut to the Moto 2 results, we see Ashley Mills once again has taken the win. Second place you got Michael Murphy. Third place we got Bayman's, who was only 1 second behind him. Fourth place we got Croonan, and in fifth place we got Lachlan Anderson. Alright, here we go with Moto 3. Gate drops. Once again, who's going to get that hole shot? This time, it looks like Murphy. No, not quite. That would be Bayman's. Yes, Bayman's has got the hole shot in his Can-Am. Right behind him is Barry, this time in second place. Ashley Mills in third, but Mills trying to cut back into second there. Not quite. Barry holds him off. Fourth place, you got Tippler this time. Fifth place, you got Anderson. As they come through the first section of the circuit. Over the tabletop, get big air. Into the back section of the course now. So Bayman's out in front this time. Barry in second. Third place, Ashley Mills. Barry already starting to get the charge on Bayman's. As we come into the back corner. Barry on the outside, but Ashley Mills on the inside. Ashley Mills, not quite. Barry holds him off. Through the whoop section. And whoa, Barry going a little bit off track there. Opens the door for Ashley Mills. Mills back into second now. Barry in third. Now it's up to Ashley Mills to get into first place. And as so, they come through the tabletop section. It only takes one bike to mess up there and it can spell a big disaster. But luckily all the riders come through pretty smoothly. And they're all spread out quite evenly now, so this could be a very interesting race. So Bayman's has got a little bit of a gap in front of Mills there. Mills trying to obviously close down that gap. And it looks like Anderson's very close to Tippler now. And back out in front, Bayman's and Mills. Barry, cut at the back section of the course. It looks like, yes, Mills has got the job done on Bayman's. Bayman's is not going to give up. Barry there in third place. Fourth place, you got Tippler. Fifth place, Anderson. And sixth place, it looks like Croonan. Back out in front. Still see we got Mills, Bayman's, Barry, Tippler, Anderson and Croonan. It looks like Croonan's trying to make the charge in Anderson now. Getting big air once again over that tabletop. Bayman's clear of the tabletop as well. Barry, not quite, but doesn't matter. Let's see how we go. And whoa, Croonan going a little bit nose high there. And back out in front, Mills just again taking it easy. Looking very, whoa, actually get a little bit bouncy there. But doesn't seem to put him off. Looks like a very much like a BMX style rider, I must admit. And looks, oh, here we go. Looks like the battle is now on between Tippler and Barry. And now even Croonin as well's caught up. And Barry looks over his shoulder. You can see that Tippler's right there. Barry looking a little bit like he's going over the handlebars a little bit. Perhaps he's getting a little bit tired already. But looks like the door's starting to slightly open for Croonin. Croonin pushing hard right behind Tippler. And Tippler makes the pass on Barry quite easily. And looks like Croonin's going to do the same. Yes, he does. So perhaps it looks like maybe a case of arm pump for Barry there. So back out in front, we can see Tippler now. And Croonin right behind him. And whoa, coming a little bit short. And Anderson on the outside. Side by side, rubbing tyres. Oh, Croonin just holds on. Just edges him out. So Anderson, it's a great battle between these two riders here, Anderson and Croonin. Sure, we're going to see more of this throughout the weekend. So we cut back a little bit further to the back section of the course. We've got Tippler only just in front of Croonin there, but Anderson just behind him too. And now look who's knocking on the door. It's Murphy. So they come into the whoop section. Who's going to be the smoothest through here? Well, it looks like they're all relatively even going through that section, but now Murphy's going to try and make the move on Anderson from the looks of it. He's getting very close to him. You see Ashley Mills once again out in front, just stretching that lead further and further. You got Baymans, who's out in second right now. So third, we've got Tippler, fourth, Croonin, fifth, Anderson, and sixth, you've got Murphy. Here they come to the big tabletop once again, clearing the tabletop. Tippler, Croonin, Anderson coming to the first section of the track. Now we can see Tippler still holding on to that lead. Anderson now is still under pressure from Murphy there. And well, hang on a second. Looks like Croonin's come off the pace a little bit. Anderson's now catching up to him a bit, closing down that gap. Could this open the door for Murphy as well at the same time? And here we go. Oh yes, that's Anderson. He's made the move. Is he going to stick? Oh, whoa, banging tyres there. Croonin just denying him. Coming over the tabletop once again, and Croonin all coming up a little bit short. Is that opening the door again for Anderson? Extremely exciting racing once again, and Murphy's still just behind him. Could this be a repeat of race one? Murphy on the inside. Is it going to work for him again? He likes this line. So as we come into the corner, is he going to cut them off? No, Anderson cuts off the turn. And whoa, Croonin up on two wheels there. Who's going to get the better drive coming into the whoops? It looks like Anderson is going to try for the outside line. Is it going to work? Yes, he's pulled it off. He's in front of Croonin now, but Murphy's now knocking on the Croonin's door. Cut back to, whoa, it looks like Croonin bottomed out there. May have hurt his wrist from the looks of it. Bit hard to tell. But Tippler, Anderson come through the whoops once again. And looks like, yes, Murphy's got the job done on Croonin as well. And whoa, Bayman's going a little bit nose heavy over that jump, going past the lap rider there, which is 9th out of Aaron Hill. He's from the Alice Springs Motocross Club. And Anderson and Murphy now, so the battle's still on. So Anderson holding on, just. Murphy, as we've seen in the previous races, is known for his late charges. He's doing very well with that. And now it looks like, yes, he must have made the move on Anderson. He's now passing Tippler. So this guy is full of energy and whoa, going to get some big air off that jump. But he knows how to handle that bike. And we cut back. We got Trevor Odgers here, who's from the Norseman Motorcycle Club. And that would be, yes, that is young Ashley Mills. It looks like he's going to take out this third race, which he does, because in Moto 3, we see Ashley Mills has come out in first place. In second place, we have Michael Murphy. Third place, Mitch Tippler. Fourth place, Lachlan Anderson. And in fifth place, we have Zach Crooner. So here we go with Moto 4. Good start from All-Rise, and Baymans once again looks like he wants to get that hole shot. Does he make it stick? He does. And Tippler this time, side by side as they come through the first turn. So you got Baymans, Tippler. Looks like is Mills going to be able to make the move? Not quite. Anderson just cuts him off. So Anderson in third, Mills in fourth, Croonan in fifth from the looks of it. And Mills trying to make the move again on Anderson. Yes, does it. Cuts him off very nicely on the inside. Now Croonan's going to try and make the same pass. But Croonan not quite. So Baymans is now under pressure from Tippler as we come into the back corner of the circuit. And whoa, Baymans going out a little bit wide to open the door for Tippler. Not quite. He's still only just in front, but look who's coming through. It looks like Ashley Mills is going left or right through those whoops. But he makes it stick. And looks like Croonan's make the pass on what looks like Barry back there. So Baymans still out in front, but under pressure from Tippler and Ashley Mills. So Baymans charging hard, going through this sliding turn. Tippler, Mills is just behind him. Come to this little sweeping turn here. And Mills trying to cut the inside, not quite. Anderson in fourth, Croonan fifth, and sixth you got Michael Murphy once again. And that 938 machine of Aaron Hill in seventh, Trevor Odgers, Gemma Merrilees. So Tippler is now under pressure from Mills, Anderson, Croonan, Murphy. Cut forward a little bit. We can see, looks like Mills is going to make the pass on Tippler. Yes, he does. So Mills, oh no, not quite. They're still side by side. Who's going to get the better drive? Yeah, it looks like Mills once again. Anderson, whoa, Anderson, whoa, going left to right there. Lucky to hold on. And it's opened the door from Croonan, so Croonan's moved up now, as well as Murphy. The Baymans still out in first there. Second you got Mills, third you got Tippler. Croonan in fourth, Michael Murphy in fifth. And sixth you got Anderson there after that little incident going through the whoops. The Baymans still holding on to first in front of Mills there. But Mills, as we know, he's very dangerous and he'll probably get in front of him. Anderson getting a little bit shaken up from those whoops, I'd say. And, well, Baymans only just making the tabletop, but Mills right behind him. We're coming to the start straight. And, whoa, Mills has gone off the track. But nonetheless, still makes up for ground. Off he goes again. And we've got Gemma Merrilees there in front of Travis Odgers. And then you've got Aaron Hill there, as well as the 812 machine of Jamie Allott. So Allott's off the pace a little bit after doing so well in those first couple of motos. So Baymans is still holding on to that, probably what looks like a half-second gap in front of Mills, but Mills is going to shut it down, probably going through these whoops here, I'd say. Mills is the one to beat going through here, and yes, it looks like Mills is going to pull it off on the inside. Yes, he does. He's moved in the first, so Mills once again out in front, but Baymans is not going to give him any room. Baymans on the inside. On the inside line as he pushed him out. Don't know, didn't see. Baymans just holding on to first. Side by side, coming to the sliding turn here. Millsy on the inside. Baymans on the outside. Baymans just makes it work. So this time it could be Baymans' race if he's lucky, if he's able to hold on. You got Tippler there in third. Fourth, you got Murphy. Fifth, you got Croonan. Sixth, you got Anderson. And now Sean Barry's trying to make the charge for sixth. He's currently in seventh. And oh, hang on, what's this? We got lots of waving flags and that going on towards the front of the circuit. And sure enough, it was somebody who's come off. It's actually Croonan. He's had a nasty accident over the tabletop. So much so that he's been having to sent off to hospital straight away. So the race has been red flagged. Very unfortunate for him. So that's his weekend over. But anyways, so we must move on. So back to the restart of Moto 4. Gate drops once again. Ashley Mills looks like he's got the best drive. Or has he? Travis Hodges this time looking pretty good. Tippler right next to him. But no, Ashley Mills once again has got the whole shot. Tippler. And that looks like Michael Murphy this time. 4th place, you got Hodges. As they come into the first turn. Oh, there's a big switch up in positions there. Looks like Barry has made the move past Hodges. And now he's trying to make the move on Anderson. But Anderson just holding on for the looks of it at the back there. But Millsy now, look at him. He's really pulling away and even whipping it over that jump there. So he's well and truly comfortable out on this circuit. As we come through the whoop section. So Tippler in second there. Third we got Murphy. As they come through the tabletops. Both riders getting some big air off those tabletops. Coming to the corner. As we approach the big sliding turn. Almost very much a speedway style going through that turn there. And we cut back. We see Anderson and Baymans now battling it out. So Bayman's not getting as good a start this time, which is unfortunate because he was doing so well in that before the restart. So Tippler and Murphy battling it out. Murphy charging hard. And it looks like he's gained a little bit of ground on Tippler here. You can see Ashley Mills. He's pulling well away out in front. Doing a very fine job with that Yamaha. And yes, it looks like, yes, Murphy has made the move on Tippler. So Murphy in the second, going up on 2 wheels as well, might I add. Bayman's in 4th. So Bayman's now trying to make the charge in the 3rd, trying to get around Tippler. Nice backdrop for this circuit as well, I must admit. Tippler just holding on in front of Bayman's. So at the end of Moto 4, we see Ashley Mills has come out in first place once again, but only by 11 seconds this time. Second place, you had Michael Murphy. Third place, Christopher Baymans. 4th place, Mitch Tippler. And in 5th place, you got Lachlan Anderson. Here we go with Moto 5. Who's got the best drive here? Looks like it might be Anderson, but Anderson, whoa, no, up on 2 wheels and over he goes. Takes out a few riders with him at the same time. And look who's out in front. Once again, that is Ashley Mills. Second place, it looks like you got A-Lot this time. So A-Lot trying to make amends from his previous moto. Now it's actually red flagged, the race was restarted. So on the restart, once again, looks like Ashley Mills has got the better drive. He does. Second place, it looks like you got Tippler in 3rd place. Well, no, Barry's moving to 2nd place now. Now 3rd place is Tippler. 4th place, Anderson. As we look through the dust to try and find the riders, we can see there is Ashley Mills. So now he's under charge by Sean Barry. Sean Barry looking pretty quick on that Suzuki machine of his. Taking tear off from his goggles, going to the back section of the circuit. Once again, Ashley Mills looks like he likes that jump. He keeps whipping over each time. So now we're on the approach to the whoops, and we can see Mills looked over his shoulder. You can see Barry there, Tippler, Anderson, Murphy on the inside of Hodges. He makes it stick. Yes, he does. So Murphy looking nice and smooth through those whoops. As we cut back to the front, we can see Ashley Mills well and truly out in front now, starting to pull a bit of a lead. We cut forward a little bit, we see Murphy is now in battle with Anderson. He's going to make the stick. Yes, he does. Once again, he must like that line because he's done that a few times this weekend. And cut back up in front once again, we can see Mills just pulling away from everyone. He's done a fantastic job and he's on track for his first ever championship. And here we have Mitch Tippler on the number 41 Yamaha. Getting some big air on that bike. now we see Christopher Baymans here, and looks like he's about to get lapped by Ashley Mills. So good effort from Chris this weekend. He's done very well on that Can-Am machine of his from Quad Riders SA. And we got Michael Murphy as well, who is from the AJS Motorcycle Club in Western Australia, who has rode very well this weekend. He's had not the best of starts, but he's always pulled his way through, as we see the last lap board come out. And here we have Ashley Mills coming up to the finish line, and he is going to claim his first ever championship. Congratulations to him. And you got Michael Murphy here, who's finished in what is a second place. So brilliant riding from young Ashley Mills in his first ever championship, taking it out quite convincingly as well, with the big thumbs up there. Jumping over to the Moto 5 results, we can see Ashley Mills has once again come out in front by over 24 seconds, in front of Michael Murphy in second. Third place, Mitch Tippler. Fourth place, Lachlan Anderson. And fifth place this time, yeah, she got Gemma Merrilees. So crossing over to the championship results, we see Ashley Mills has had a perfect weekend of 5 wins from 5 races and has come out in first place for his efforts. Second place, you got Michael Murphy. Third place, Mitch Tippler. Fourth place, Lachlan Anderson. And in fifth place, you got Gemma Merrilees.
Well, in his debut, Ashley Mills has come first in the intermediates class. Congratulations, mate. That was a fantastic ride, especially for a debutante. Now, so I'd just like to ask, what has been your background before coming into the motocross scene?
Just did a lot of enduros, mainly around the local area, and nothing too big really, just practicing and riding.
Yeah, and you certainly had the speed up there. Matter of fact, you pulled, I think it was a 1:36 in your first race, which is only 5 seconds off Chris Bosnakis, which is a very impressive time. It is, besides the endurance, I mean, I understand you used to do BMX back in the day, is that correct?
Yep, it is, yeah.
Yeah. When did you take on BMX?
Oh, since I could walk really, just did it for fun, yeah.
So I understand in the fourth race, Zach Croonan actually came off, which is a close teammate of yours. How did that affect your mind going into that last race?
Yeah, it was pretty hard, coming over the tabletop with a yellow flag telling you to stop, and obviously you looked at Chris Bosnakis and he's shaking his head. I've looked down and seen Zach's bike there, and yeah, it did shake me up a little bit, but in the end I thought I'd push through and just finish the race for Zach, and yeah.
Oh no, very well done, and you certainly did that. So I'm sure you'll love to thank some of those sponsors of yours that have got you to this #1 position today.
Yep, I'd just like to thank firstly Gav Beck for bringing my bike down, T&L for doing a good tune on my bike and it's lasting really good. So the 14 Industries crew, Luke Gaisford for really helping get the speed on the bike, and Advanced Autologic for bringing me over, and yeah, that's it I think.
No, well done, and I look forward to seeing you again in the 2016 season.
Yeah, awesome, thanks Cole.